Hello and welcome to Samui Discgolf. In this video I'm going to show you the new layout for 2024. But before we go into that, let me introduce my team. On my left I have Mr. Blue, he's going to be the camera guy. On my right I have Mr. Red, he's going to be the player today. And I'm your host, Darvo. Let's dive into it. We are going to start with the easiest hole on the course, and this is a must-get birdie. Hole 1 is a straightforward 44-meter par 3. The danger is the mando trees, but during the big tournament will transform into a triple mando. Inside the circle you will find many trees, but they usually don't come to play. Only the leafy one is something you need to consider. Caps are big, but missing your line will punish you. Here is Mr. Red showing us how it looks when you get lucky kick from the tree, and you will have an easy putt. And this one is completely opposite. And he will have a difficult putt to save the birdie. What is the worst spot to be? Well, on this shot Mr. Red decided to use his sidearm, and it's really bad. Let's see what he has from there. This doesn't look good at all. What is Mr. Red going to do? He looks to the right, to the left, and to the right again. The leaves are perfectly at his putting line. There seems to be only one option. Yes, a difficult long putt from the knee. That was actually very close. This hole is the hardest hole on this course. In fact, to my knowledge, nobody has ever holed in one this one. If you know somebody, leave a comment and let me know. But let's check this out. Hole 2 is 82 meters par 3, where the first job is to miss the tree in the middle. Then avoid missing the mando. After all, this perfect line is the middle where you have the least amount of trees. Then you still have to miss the huge termite. And during all of this time, do not go OB as the roads are OB. Yes, even the dirt road. The green itself is pretty open from the long side, and even from the short side you have some windows. Mr. Red will show us first how lucky a backdoor shot looks like. And he's doing it with the sidearm. What a crazy fellow Mr. Red is. That is not that bad and misses the guardian tree. Is it going to leak through? Yes, it did. Now when we look from the basket how the hole shapes up for that shot, you can clearly see that it's more lucky than skill. Therefore, if you are smart and playing it safe, then a simple mid-range with a backhand. As a right backhand dominant player, of course, let's see how Mr. Red is going to attack this. Nicely in the middle. Is it going to fade? Yes, that was actually nice. If you navigate the mando correctly, there's actually one place you don't want to be. And this is early right. Let's take a peek. And this is how it looks. From here you can make a miracle shot and save your par, but more likely you're going to save a bogey. Let's see if Mr. Red can make this long putt for a birdie. Looks like he is taking it serious. He misses it completely. Nice fail, dude. Yeah, I saw that, but what can you do? But moving on. The next hole is one of the easiest, but it can result in really easy bogey. Let's check this out. Hole 3 is a 59-meter island hole. As a par 3, there is only one clear tunnel through the middle, and with drop zone at the edge of the island, you have to get this onto the island with your tee shot. Inside the green you can find many trees, but the OB line behind the basket is the biggest danger. First, let's check out the alternate routes. One option is going from the left side with a skip shot. That usually results either with a tree kick or an OB or with a circle edge butt. Perfect example of a long putt. Other option is from the right side with something stable enough to hold the line for the duration of the flight, but not glide over the basket. Something like that. One other alternate route is over the trees from the left side, lefty backhand route. Here we see one lefty demonstrating us that same line, and every time he's under the basket. It's so annoying. The safest route is of course through the middle, with a disc you can really trust not to go too far and have good control of. Like you can see with that shot being extremely safely close to the bullseye of the basket. Before continuing into the next hole, make sure that the traffic is clear. Now this hole is the only par 4 on this course, and even though it feels like an easy birdie, there's actually more to it. Hole 4 is at 128 meter par 4, where the first part is tight with trees and a low ceiling. Main job of the tee is to get off the tree line with any disc you find it comfortable. Going more to the left of the tree line is good, but everywhere then right of that practice basket is good enough. After that you should have open hyzer line, but there is more. The green is an island green separated from the fairway with an OB road. To get your birdie you need to get over the road and land safely on the island. Classic par 4. As a right-handed player, Mr. Red will use backhand to avoid going too much to the right. This shot came out good, but it was obviously scared of the low ceiling and that resulted in an earlier landing than hoped with that disc. But it is out of the tree line and is considered good enough. Even if it feels like there's only one possible way to play this hole, there's still some danger to it. Early left and early right are positions from where the birdie is impossible to get and you have to play for the par. The left side will give you very tight lines to navigate and more trouble can follow. The right side provides an open field with a wall of trees in front of you, but going over the trees to the island green with the OB danger has to be in your mind. Here we can see the difference between the right side and left side. From every spot you will have a hyzer shot to attack the green. Let's check out where Mr. Red landed though. Here he is and it looks pretty good. From here he should be able to go for the green nicely. Mr. Red is opting for the side-out approach shot with his trusty bass. Looks like a little bit to the inside, but is it going to stay on the island? Yes, of course he is, and will have a nice putt to get this birdie. What a beautiful camera work from Mr. Blue, as this view looks epic. But it will not matter if Mr. Red will miss this. And it is in. Nicely done. This is the longest par 3 that can play really easy or really difficult. Let's check this out. Hole 5 is a 95 meter par 3 where there's only one clear tunnel on the left. There are a lot of trees, but there's enough space between the trees so that you could squeeze through the gaps and reach the basket. There's a river around the basket just inside the circle, so you don't want to skip in there. A lost disc is possible when the current is strong. Here we have Mr. Red throwing a more stable fairway driver, and the first job is to miss all the trees. He misses them, but the shot is way too high, and like we can see from here, it just sailed past the basket into the river. He got lucky though and was able to retrieve the disc. Except the river, there's actually only one more place where you don't want to end up. And this is it, early left. You can get here with early release or unlucky tree kick. From here, saving a par is very difficult, close to impossible. Let's check out when you hit the line very nicely. And in order to get the birdie, you also need to make the putt. Hole 6 is the first hole to cross the river, and if you're good at hitting gaps, then this should be easy for you. Off the tee you will need to cross the river. Also you have to navigate the Mando. After that you need to navigate all districts. Best is if you can see the drop zone coconuts, then try to aim at that point and just trust your disc of choice to fade. There's only one way to play this hole, and this is through the gap. With sidearm or with backhand. Mr. Red here likes the sidearm and he's show us how it's done. Only negative side of this hole is that off the tee you can't really see where you land. The drop zone is actually the worst place to be on this hole, because you will get the penalty and you're going to have a difficult, really long par save. Let me show you. Because when you're standing on the drop zone and you look at the basket, there's a tree exactly in the middle. So you can move a little bit to the right. This is the maximum you can move to the right, and you can see the basket over there, or you can move to the left. This is the maximum you can go to the left. So if you're a lefty, that gives you actually advantage. Like we can see here, Mr. Red is still looking for his disc. He didn't find it behind the tree, and sometimes it skips to the right, but it's not. Oh, okay. He finally found it under the basket. So it should be easy from there now. And that's a really easy birdie for him. Now this hole is the furthest from the clubhouse, and it's not a gimme. Hole 7 is a 77-meter par 3 where you will have two main tunnels, the left side and the right side. From both tunnels you will need to navigate trees and in the same time play the Mando. River on the right side is OB, and coming to the tournament there is going to be OB long as well. Distance control is going to be important once again. Mr. Red is going to show us the middle route, what is the more safe for the backhand. You don't want to miss the Mando and collect the bogey here. He missed everything and is rewarded with a simple putt for his birdie. Of course, the biggest danger is the mandatory point, because from here you have a really easy upshot, but saving your par is extremely difficult. Now we are heading back. I'm going to cross the river for the second time. Hole 8 is a 61-meter par 3. There is a Mando, but it's a far away from the tee, but the first trees act as casual Mando because you have to hit the gap perfectly. Once you have hit the gap, then you still have to navigate the Mando. Also, we'll need to have enough control on the angle because it's very sharp turn to the left and going long. Right is easier than expected. Of course, on this hole you can use the cheat code and go through the middle like this gentleman here. For some reason, these type of shots finish close to the bullseye every time. There's also two extra crazy lines you can take. First, the high right side, where you have to get into the pocket, go correct side of the Mando, and fade to the basket. The second line is to the left, where you have to go high, over the trees, and land under the basket. Both lines are really crazy, and I will not recommend it. Instead all of this, you could play it smart. Choose a disc that will do the job for you. Put it in the middle and just let it fade, just like that. And have a nice simple putt for your birdie. When hole 4 was an updated hole, then now we're going to see a brand new one. Hole 9 is a 71-meter par 3 where you have these young trees to navigate. Best option is to stay low, as any of these leafy branches will knock your disc with ease. The fences off the left and long are OB, so again, angle and distance control are important. If you want to go crazy and you think you have the distance, then use this gap right here. Put something high and gliding to the left all the way and you should be fine. If you don't hit the first tree, of course. What you probably will. So let's just shoot one down the middle with a nice safe shot. Nicely into the circle. Nice simple putt for the birdie, and we are moving on. After finishing the brand new hole 9, you're going to head right over here and you're going to play the new hole 10. Hole 10 is a 76-meter par 3 with a soft bend to the right all the way. There are some lush guardian trees and many coconut trees after those. Perfect shot will miss all of this and land nicely under the basket, so that you will not need to deal with difficult location behind some trees at your putt. Now hold on before going. There's actually two extra lines you can try here. The first extra line you can try is a low skip from the right side. Like you can see, there's room under the trees. You have to hit it perfectly and skip it to the basket. Now the second line is right over here. You go up all of these trees and you let it fade to the basket. Both lines are really risky. I would not recommend them, but if you want to play it more fun, then go for it. If you want to play it for a short line, then just go through the middle. Take a disc that is suitable for the distance and let it drift all the way to the right. Something like this. Another easy birdie. And we have reached the final basket on this course. And it's not that simple. It's a modified hole 11 from the previous hole, where the tee pads is moved a little back and the basket is in this location. Let's check this out. The final hole is 75-meter par 3 with a very skinny initial cap. It goes about 65 meters straight and then bends to the left. The green is fairly open with some obstacles, but with a good shot it should be fine. There are no good other lines from the left or the right. If you look to the right, it looks very contested, and every time when people have tried this line, it's never worked out. And when you look to the left, well, it is just a jungle. Normally skip shots don't end well and they're caught by these two trees. Mr. Red decided to test the ceiling and put it as high as possible. It worked out perfectly, and with a really nice fade, he landed really close to the basket. That concludes one round around the Samui Discgolf course with the 2024 layout. And a nice birdie here. And this is how the 2024 layout is going to look like. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out my other videos. If you watch all this way to the end, please subscribe and like, and of course leave a comment to let me know what can I improve. Until next time, have a beautiful day. Bye.